we're gonna try to do better this week. Although I am combining some days here again, but I'm hoping not to combine like half a week into like one clip because I don't remember by the time I did that. Anyways, Sunday I read a bit more of City of Bones. We're up to like chapter 6 now, so we're a good chunk into it. Another page, I guess. Actually, one more page than that. Good chunk here. I'm not really prioritizing this book because I've read it before. So it's just like when I have time to like sit and read, when I have light on, I will. But right now my priority for like reading with my eyes is gonna be Misery, simply because the ebook is due back at my library very soon. So I do need to focus on that the next few days. And then I've also been listening to The Grace Year by Kim Liggett on Libby, and we're almost done. I think I'm gonna be able to finish on Tuesday. I listened to a good chunk of it on Sunday, and then I listened to a pretty decent chunk today. But we're at 85%, so I think it's feasible to finish it the next day or so. I am enjoying it, although there's just like parts that like confuse me because like there's like no real background. Like, how did the Grace Year start? And why are we shipping a bunch of 16-year-old girls off into the woods and seeing what happens? It's like Lord of the Flies. It's not gonna be good. These girls are murdering each other because they think they have magic. Really, there's like hallucinating. But like, we gave them weapons. And to top it off, we have men hunting them and like cutting up their bodies to harness the magic. Like, what? What? I'm enjoying it, but it's just like, what the hell is wrong with this society? And then on top of it, why do we have these girls go off and like be like before they leave? So many of them, like depending on how many boys are in that year, get to be claimed as like brides. Like they're given a veil. Why do we do that before they leave for like a year, into the woods to see if they live or die? Why wouldn't we wait until? Why wouldn't they get to choose from the remaining girls? Why do you choose before the girls leave? You know? Also, they're like 16, except for that one guy who's choosing a wife who's like the pastor or whatever he is, and he's like old as fuck. From what it sounds like sounds like a pedophile. Like, this is his third wife. But what do I know? What do I know? What do I know? Either way, I'm enjoying it. I'm kind of vibing like at a 4-star, but like, you know what? The ending could make it, because we still have to go through, I think, the last part of summer here. Yeah, I have about 15 pages left in the section called Summer. And then we got to go through The Return, which is a good hour in the book, it looks like. But I think that's feasible to do tomorrow. So that's what we're going to do. Tuesday, I did finish The Grace Year. I'm going to give 5 stars. I really, really, really enjoyed it. You know, I like how it was going, and I think there is potential for them to write a sequel if they would so be inclined, but it also works great as a standalone. However, if there was a sequel that would come out, I'd read it. But it kind of has an ambiguous ending, and ambiguous endings are hit or miss with me. Sometimes I love them, other times I'm like, I hate this. Like, what happened? And in this instance, I think it worked fairly well. And I'm not going to say what the ending was because I won't spoil it for anyone, but it reminded me a lot of the ending of Catherine House that I read earlier this year, and also the ending of The Giver, where like it's ambiguous. It's kind of up to the reader to make their own determination. I could see it going either way, so that if she wanted to write a sequel in the future, she could go either way with either direction, and it would be great. I think she would lean towards one direction more than the other, but like, it's there, like, potential. There's potential for this. Otherwise, as I said, great as a standalone. You know, I'm glad, like, a lot of parallels to like how we treat each other like women, how women will treat each other. I'm sure it's not just women. I'm sure this happens with men too. I don't I mean, I personally know, I guess, but like they're at an age where like I remember a lot of drama in high school, and I think yes, if you put a bunch of 16-year-old girls, shit is gonna happen. I don't know, like necessarily murder would have happened, like murder happened in the book, but like it's not gonna go well. A bunch of 16-year-old girls together, it's not gonna go well. Regardless, I finished that. And then I did, in fact, start Under the Dome today, the audiobook, because it's 34 hours. I'm like 6 chapters in. It's going well so far. I mean, we're still on like Stephen King build up. It's a long book, obviously. I said 34-hour audiobook. We're an hour in. So we're still in the like the set up phase of this book. But the dome has appeared. So now we gotta figure out what the hell is this dome doing here. And people gotta figure out that it's a dome to begin with. Because like right now it's just like an invincible thing. They're like, well, that's weird. And then because I'm logical and I'm doing a Stephen King book every month, but I have not finished March or April's Stephen King book yet. I am reading April's Stephen King book on my iPad. And I did renew the loan today because it was due tomorrow at 7:23 p.m. And I was not going to finish the entire book by then. I was going to make a valiant effort, but I was not going to finish it. But I could renew it. Yesterday, it would only let me put a hold, and today it let me renew. So, I renewed Misery, and I got a good chunk in. I'm now on chapter 14, and I started on chapter 4 earlier today. And what's nice about this is that all the chapters are relatively short. Like, chapter 14 is 3 pages, and I think chapter 15 is like 2 pages. I'm like here for these short chapters because it makes me feel more accomplished while reading. And then I'm still reading March's The Institute, but like I'm gonna put that on the side burner until I finish Misery for sure. And I think I'm gonna be able to finish Misery this week. That's gonna be the goal, is to finish Misery this week. And I think it's gonna go well because I cooked twice this week so far. So I made Alfredo last night and I made pork sticks tonight. So like I don't have to cook tomorrow night at all because I have leftovers. And I have leftovers to eat for lunch. It's gonna go well. This is gonna go well. So I think I'll be able to finish it this week. My goal is gonna be to finish it by Saturday. So hopefully I finish it by Saturday. I'm going to attempt to read a little bit more here tonight, but it may happen like every night where I sit down in bed with the intention of reading a few chapters before I go to sleep, and approximately 0.2 seconds after I lay down, I fall asleep. We'll see what happens tonight, though, I guess. We'll see if I get any more read. I was gonna do better about the whole updating this week, and here we are with like another 3-day stretch where I didn't say anything, and it's because things got a little crazy after Thursday with work on Thursday and Friday. Thursday was a bit crazy with things that are like happening behind, and it's like it will come out eventually with that but like I'm supposed to keep it quiet for a few more weeks. And then Friday was full moon, I guess. I didn't look outside, but only reason all these people would call, they always call when the full moon happens. And if you don't work in healthcare, you'll think we're crazy. People call with stupid, weird things for some reason when the full moon is happening. If it's a full moon, that's when all the crazies come in. They're like I don't know what it is. There's something with it that all the crazies call in, and we got them all on Friday. It was great, but I had some margaritas after work, so I didn't update last night because of that. And now it's 11 p.m. on Saturday, and I haven't updated yet. And it's because my little brother's birthday is tomorrow. He'll be 9. But we were celebrating his birthday today because he was supposed to go down to Columbus for his other sister's graduation, like on his dad's side. And he decided he didn't want to go. But we already celebrated his birthday, and he like threw a big fit with his dad because like I mean he's 9. He doesn't want to sit through a 3-hour college graduation. Like I get it, bro. I'd be glad you had to sit through mine because I graduated during COVID and didn't get one. I just got a YouTube graduation. Literally, you can go find it. My graduation on YouTube. They just there's my picture with my degree and my honors that I got. That's what they did. They literally just announced my name on YouTube. And I had a migraine that day anyway, so it was a good thing we didn't have an actual graduation because I like stayed in a dark room, my hood pulled up. Regardless, I've talked enough so far. Let's get into what I read the past few days. So, I started Under the Dome, that beast of an audiobook. So I was like at 3% and I got it to like, I think maybe 8%. And then I've I've listened to quite a bit more. And we're now up to like 22%. So, page wise, we are now 236 pages in out of a 1,074 page book. We're making good progress. Like, I've listened to a lot over the past few days. I feel like this is solid progress, especially because my other 2 Stephen King buddy reads, I've not made much progress. I am also reading Misery, but I've only read some today. I haven't read much yet. I'm planning on reading some more here yet tonight. So it's not going to go in this book how much I read on that, but like know that I am in fact going to read it some tonight because I'm watching ghost shows. I'm watching Ghost Adventures, and I won't sleep if I'm watching Ghost Adventures. It's like the surefire thing that will keep me up. I don't know. It's just something that's gonna keep me up. Otherwise, I just been listening to Under the Dome, which honestly, it's not gonna be a favorite Stephen King. I think The Shining will always hold this is my favorite Stephen King novel I've ever read. It was the first one I've ever read. Not this past time, obviously, but like I've read it years ago. It was the first one I read, and like that's always gonna hold it. Like that book, and like it is a dream of mine to go to that hotel it's based on. It's just like super expensive and it's only like $500 a night, but I'm never gonna go to Denver and never fly to Colorado and go to it because I can't afford that. Also, I think I'd be too scared to actually sleep there. But like I want to go there at night, and I think I'm just too scared to do it. But like I would love it. But be terrified. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But I'm really enjoying it so far. They're all like still in the dome. Like we're not very far yet. Like we're only 22%. And as I said, it's a 1,000-page book. But like, why has nobody thought to dig under this thing yet? This came out in 2009, and I gotta look something up real quick. Oh, okay. So, Under the Dome was 100% released in 2009, right? Under the Dome, Stephen King release date. Okay, it totally was. Okay, so I didn't want to say anything until I knew. Oh my god, I'm clicking on all the things. Not that. Okay, I'm back. So I didn't want to say anything until I like knew this was a thing. But have y'all ever seen the Simpsons movie where they like get trapped in a dome? And I had to go look up the dates on this real quick because I didn't want to say something and sound stupid, but like I've seen the Simpsons movie. Like I've seen all but like the last 2 seasons I think of the Simpsons, and because I like went back and watched. Like I was not alive when this started. Well, I might have been alive. I don't know when it started airing, but it's like 30 some seasons. So in the Simpsons movie, they're like trapped in a dome, and like Maggie is like going in and out because like a sinkhole type deal. Like, and it just made me realize like, why did nobody dig their way out of the dome? Why is nobody thinking of that so far? Like, why don't you guys just dig underground and dig yourselves out? Why don't we do this? we would be out of the dome. But I didn't want to sound stupid and make it seem like, oh, like I didn't want to make it seem like The Simpsons was based. I didn't want it to be like The Simpsons movie was based off this Stephen King novel. When I did, when I didn't know the dates, because I knew this was like a newer release for Stephen King, like newer as in within the past like 12, 15 years. I mean, he's been writing forever, like, like he's been writing for decades. So I knew it was like a newer one. But I wasn't sure and I didn't want to sound stupid. Like, I didn't want to make it seem like, no, The Simpsons definitely came up with this idea of the dome. And then it'd just be like a parody of like a Stephen King novel. It's not, though. It, from what I found, it is not. Because The Simpsons movie came out in '07. And Under the Dome was released in 2009. So we clear there. We're clear. We're clear. I'm not an idiot tonight. I'm just an idiot who didn't know how to clock in several times this week and like would be like, so I meant to clock in, but I clocked out. Why? Why did I do that? I'm a dumbass. Like, I don't know. I don't know how clocks work. Anyways, I'm going off tangent because I've been up for a very long time now. Like, I've been up since like, oh, I guess I technically, I woke up at 6. Went back to bed for like an hour or so, but I'm getting a whole movie, so I think I need to go over the week. We'll be back, and hopefully we make more progress on Under the Dome, and hopefully I finish a Stephen King novel. Like, I don't think it's gonna be Under the Dome that I finish, but like we better finish Misery, and I want to finish City of Bones. Like, I need to finish these 2 books. Like, these are buddy reads from months ago. Misery's the last month, but like we gotta finish some buddy reads, guys. You know what I'm saying? I'll see you next week.